Unfortunately, due to an error, episode 69 of Raiders of Novus was deleted after the recording was finished. This is meant to serve as a short recap of what happened. We began with most of the group, including Father Brewberry, running towards the cemetery as bright light began to fill the area. Time stopped and Veriloth had a tense conversation with Xander, in which Veriloth told Xander that he was needed to help to stop the resurrection of Matthias Terramore. Xander was told that Matthias Terramore held information that would ruin Veriloth's plans. Veriloth told Xander to start using his true potential and that he owed Veriloth for bringing back Razier and for saving his life in Anaria's watch. Veriloth told Xander that if he did not listen to him, there would be consequences and he would regret his decision. Xander said that this was not enough information and not enough of a reason for him to do what Veriloth wanted. Xander said, "I'll take my chances." Veriloth then brought priests out of the temple and empowered both them and Father Brewberry for the imminent battle ahead. Xander was forced to drop the force cage that held Razier. Razier was given an incredible boost of speed. The battle began with Blackstar using Hypnotic Pattern on some of the followers of Zil, who immediately began viewing him as an enemy. Xander broke his pocket clock and stopped time, which allowed him to get over to Blackstar. Xander cast Psychic Lance on Blackstar. Blackstar was not amused. The battle continued onwards as the followers of Zil began to attack Blackstar and almost killed him immediately. Things went downhill quickly as Razier ran into the cemetery and grew a 60-foot tall oak tree out of the grave where Matthias Terramore's body lay, mostly crushing the body within. Razier was flung 70 feet into the air, landed, and turned invisible. Blackstar was also hurt by the tree instantly growing out of the grave and was knocked unconscious. During this time, Veriloth was constantly trying to control Xander during the battle, and after Xander resisted him and yelled at him, Veriloth simply said, "If you're going to act like a child, then I'll have to find someone who will act more like a reasonable adult. Perhaps I'll pay your mother a visit." Xander began calling for a halt on the battle after coming to believe that the battle was mostly over and the body was likely unrecoverable, as well as the fact that he was sobbing, not knowing what would happen to his mother. It seemed as though things might calm down as one of the followers of Zil healed Blackstar, who immediately cast Hypnotic Pattern again, causing the tense truce to be broken. Blackstar fled into the underbrush near Seor as the followers of Zil continued to shoot beams of energy towards him. Blackstar was almost disintegrated, but managed to get away. The party doesn't know where he is. Meanwhile, B2 and Garen had a hard time making it into the cemetery in time to see most of this transpire. B2/Darrow stayed behind to dispatch the unconscious priests outside of the temple. He stuffed the bodies into the bag of holding. At the end of it all, Louise came into the cemetery and told Xander that because he was working with Veriloth and didn't make his brother aware of what was really happening, he could not continue traveling with this group anymore. It was either go with his brother and stop following Veriloth, or Louise would leave. He couldn't support their actions when everything seemed to lean towards doing things Veriloth's way. The followers of Zil offered for Louise to go back with them. Louise agreed to go back with them. The followers of Zil used a strange hand device to turn the body of Matthias Terramore into ash or mist, which then transferred into the device they were holding. Xander yelled out through his tears that he can't just leave him like this, and Louise basically told Xander to grow up and do what's right. Louise seemed to feel betrayed by Xander. Xander begged Louise to check in on their mother in Nyx Ruinum, and Louise did not say whether he would or wouldn't. Louise stepped into the circle with the followers of Zil and was teleported away. That is where we ended episode 69.